Welcome back to Roadside Rescue. Ooh, I don't have enough time. I need to hire somebody. I have like my neighbor's Sequoia over there. I replaced the alternator on a year ago. I think I'm gonna have to warranty. The first one I've had to do all year, I think. I have some other people trying to get me to work on their stuff today. It's the weekend. I haven't had a day off in a couple weeks since I went camping, and that's just because I was away from work. If I'm here, like, there's just too much to do. So I haven't got back to this. I've got to hire somebody. There's no way. I've got this truck. I got this transmission like 2-3 weeks ago now, and I was waiting on it for months, and I haven't even had a day to touch that. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to raise my prices to deter customers at this point. I'm charging a pretty fair amount, and I think I just have to hire somebody else. I just keep getting new customers every day. All the old customers I've had just keep coming back to me. I'm swamped. ProShift makes a bunch of different clutch kits. I was thinking about getting them a stage 2. This is just a stage 1 though. Oh, there it is right on the top. Let's not get that dirty. If it was me, I'd definitely put a stage 2 in it, but they said they're a very moderate driver, so we went with the normal pressure and material clutch. Okay, cool. Oh, cool. Both bearings. That's a good kit. I think I'm gonna need a flywheel though. I told him I'd wait until I got in there to see and decide, but they're 200 bucks, 250. And here we've got this magnetic drill press. And guys, thanks to sponsors like this, making this video and other videos possible. Let me show you this tool real quick and how we can put it to use, and then we'll get back to the video. And guys, I've been saving up and working with good sponsors so I can afford an editor, and that'll help me put out a lot more videos even without sponsors. All right, this magnetic drill press is pretty sick. This one has a 1300 watt motor. One of these always comes in handy. It's got 810 RPMs. Obviously it's got a couple of on switches here. I'll show you what they're for. And 13,000 newtons of suction force. All right, now this old ram's gotta be magnetic. It also comes with overload protection and a coolant tank for durability. There we go. So this will be a great test subject with magnetic drill presses. You can move these where you need them and set up a drill press anywhere. This will be great for the back of my truck. The toolboxes are magnetic, or we could always install a metal bumper. It comes with some bits. It has an integrated scale for precise drilling distances, and this is good for home, work, construction, anywhere. The chuck and all the other bits and pieces you're gonna need. These bits are crazy nice. Let me show them to you. Let me show you how this works. Yo, funny bone. And Garvee's official website's having a promotion right now. Check out their website for other tools and products. That's a ripper. So if you want a drill press, check out the link in the description and pinned comment. And let's get back to this Subaru. I just spent the first hour disconnecting everything. You know, I like to disconnect the AC compressor and the power steering pump and just fold those out of the way if possible without disconnecting the lines. So I did best to do that. Every Subaru I've ever done, I've been able to do that. But it just depends on other motors. That's my favorite way to do them though. You don't have to recharge anything or refill it. Yeah, so like 5 minutes later, it looks like a ton more has been done. I'm just getting stuff out of the way. I've got fuel lines here. So anyways, on this side, everything on the top done, except for I haven't drained coolant or anything yet. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. There we go. Okay, I've got everything unhooked except for the 2 bolts, the bottom nuts on the transmission, and this front motor mount. Gotta get under there to get those last 2 nuts. Okay, just starting to separate, just got it up. See if we can separate that out. Careful with the AC condenser. I'll probably just put a block of wood, a big flat piece of wood there real quick, and see if I can put a little pry tool in there. Get that to separate a little more. Felt like it was stuck at first, but then that left side came off, so I'm guessing probably just those alignment pins. Trashed. We're gonna need a new fork too, probably. Really. I thought that had plenty of charge. Guess not. Pretty bad. I think the splines are good on this input shaft though, so good to go ahead with the clutch job. Probably just need a few more parts than I thought. I'm guessing that fork's not gonna be reusable either. Let's see the flywheel. Haven't even looked at this side yet. Flywheel side, it might be fine. Might be fine. Honestly, might be alright. Yeah, I think we actually had some material on the flywheel side and none on the clutch side. That would be best case scenario. Welcome back to Rainy Day Rescue. I'm just kidding, Roadside Rescue. It doesn't even rain that much. I guess in the spring and in the fall it rains mostly out here. You can't even see the mountains. So Oh yeah, you can see the base of them. It's definitely snowing over there. It's snowing probably, what's that, 400 feet above us. Raining right here. I don't have a garage. You know that. I don't have anywhere to work inside. And sometimes when it rains, I'm like, maybe I'll just take the day off. It's supposed to rain tomorrow and the day after too, so I can't take all those days off. I have a Milwaukee vacuum I picked up recently. I haven't even used it. I'm gonna use it for this. I don't think new clutch stuff has asbestos in it, but the old stuff did. So did the brake pads. Probably changed around the same time. But the clutches might still have it. Let me know, because they might do something weird like that. All right, I've got this motor sitting here. I'm gonna make sure it looks good. It's just sprinkling. And by it, I mean the flywheel looks good. Let's take this clutch off, get the new one on. Let's drop it in. I'll probably get it running by tonight. Just gonna work in the rain all day. I'll go inside and warm up and change my clothes when my base layers get wet and I start getting cold. All right, figure out how this thing works. Not much to figure out, that's easy. Exhaust gasket, all right. Stretch in there. Good morning. All right, I was gonna say I got that clean, almost. I'm gonna go ahead and install the throwout bearing, and then we'll do the clutch and pilot bearing and stuff over there. All right, I got it figured out. Those clips were bent, so I bent them back, and we should be good to go. Okay, I used tortilla to take that pilot bearing out. My kids had eaten all the bread yesterday. I thought we had bread. And here's my setup to knock that back in. I just have a short little adapter inside a socket that's the same size. 1 inch it looks like. And that's in backwards, so I just put the 3/8 extension on that to tappy tap it. Nice and flush, that looks good. Surprisingly, I just got this apart. I was gonna say I didn't film because I cut my finger the very first bolt I tried to loosen. I was just like, dink, and just nicked my nail bed on the edge of this. Oh, you know the sound of like grapes popping open? That sound. Anyways, I put some bandage on that. Luckily, it was just like a layer of skin at my nail bed. I don't think it's gonna be anything serious. I've never even lost a nail. Somehow I say that this would be the one I'd lose. Hopefully not. But here's the clutch. So it looks like it was mainly just the throwout bearing failure, because I thought we had material on the inside. We had material on both sides. It does look like it got a little hot. I mean, I can see like 2 little spots of glazing. So There's no real grooves in the flywheel or anything. I don't see any real problems with that. I think we're good to reuse that. Start going back together here. Clean it up one last time. All right, this clutch is pretty slick. Looking good. Let's do it. Okay, no bolts in, and we got those jointed up. Gap's a little bigger over there. I'm gonna make sure it's on that alignment pin well, but I saw it go on both. I'm just having a hard time without starting to tighten it up, making sure it stays on both, but no problem. Getting that in probably 5-10 minutes. Still going. It's been about an hour. I've got the transmission tightened up except for the 2 nuts on the bottom. The exhaust is still loose because I don't want to get on the ground yet. I'm going to do those 2 things last. I'm going to do everything else except for those 2 last. And yeah, probably another hour to get all this back on, and then an hour to wrap everything up. I bet 2 hours till I'm done. No, I don't know. I might do it in an hour and a half. All right, that's all I have to do are the bolts on the bottom for the exhaust. Don't let me forget those gaskets. I'm about to go down there. I don't think I'm going to be able to stay dry. I'm just gonna suck it up, lay in the water for 10 minutes, get cold and wet, and then be done. I think that's the last thing I have to do other than the battery. So everything else is tightened up and topped off. Let's do it. I think if I can get far enough back, the water won't drip in my face. I made it. Wait. Oh, it's still dripping. Start my the exhaust one. Chad, I keep dropping it. Golly, you gotta be kidding me. All right, gotta get a couple of clips for right here. and it should be good to go. Those weren't there when I undid it though. Well, it rained the whole time. Can't say I've never done a motor in the rain before. I've done it in the snow. That's it for this episode. If you liked it, make sure you're subscribed. I'll keep making more, and I'll see you on the next episode. Check it out up here. I'm gonna go take a bath. Okay, it drives good. I didn't end up replacing the slave. I just opened it up, pushed it back in and bled it. Seems to be working. Each clutch feels a little different. That one feels light and soft, so I can't tell if that slave needs to be bled more, but it doesn't engage until like at least halfway up through the pedal, so I think it feels good. Probably just that soft clutch, the stage 1.